Hello everyone, welcome to Sparkle Shimmer. Today we are going to learn about economic systems and economic policies from Social Science Part 2 book. Lesson 9, Economic Systems and Economic Policies. The above pictures represent land, factory, transport, technology, etc., which are the means by which goods and services are produced and distributed. Have you ever thought about the ownership of these means of production? It differs from country to country. In some countries, the ownership lies primarily with private individuals. In some other countries, it lies primarily with the public sector. There are also countries where the ownership lies with both private and public sectors. On the basis of the ownership of means of production such as land, capital, raw materials, etc., economic systems can be classified into three. Economic systems: capitalist economy, socialist economy, and mixed economy. Let us analyze the features of these economic systems. Capitalist economy. Capitalist economy is the economy in which the ownership of means of production is with private individuals who work with the motive of making profits. Other features of capitalist economy are as follows: freedom for the entrepreneurs to produce any commodity, right to private property, profit motive, transfer of wealth to legal hire, free market with no control over price, consumer sovereignty, competition among entrepreneurs to sell products. There is very little government intervention in the economic activities in a capitalist economy. The main function of the nation are to maintain law and order and to defend the country from foreign invasion. Such nations are known as police state. We have learned about the basic problems of an economy in the previous classes. It is through price mechanism that the basic problems in a capitalist economy such as what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce are solved. When the price of goods and services increase, the producers will have a tendency to make profit through an increase in production. But as price increases, demand falls and thus the producers will have tendency to reduce the production. Likewise, as the price of goods and services fall, producers try to reduce the output, but with the fall in price, demand increases and this will induce the producers to increase the production. Thus, the rise and fall in the price influence the producers and consumers and consequently control the availability of goods and services. This is called price mechanism. Many features of the capitalist economy create certain problems as well. For example, the transfer of property to legal hires and the right to ownership of private property result in the accumulation of wealth in the hands of a few. This results in increased the economic disparity in the society. We have now understood that capitalist economy has certain drawbacks. The socialist economy came into existence in order to overcome these drawbacks. Socialist economy. Socialist economy is an economic system in which the means of production are owned by the public sector. This economic system works on centralized planning. Let us analyze another features of a socialist economy. Activities aimed at social welfare. Absence of private entrepreneur. Absence of private ownership of wealth and transfer of wealth to legal hire. Economic equality. It is through planning that the basic problems of an economy are solved by the socialist economy. Planning regarding what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce is done to ensure social welfare. Goods and services are produced and distributed accordingly. The amount of goods and services required for the society is calculated and production is done accordingly. Price mechanism does not have any role in the socialist economy as the price is predetermined. The socialist economy is also not free from drawbacks. The public sector's investment potential is less and this affects economic growth adversely. In the absence of private ownership of wealth and transfer of wealth to legal hire, people are less likely to work hard. Moreover, the consumers have only a limited choice of products. Mixed economy. Mixed economy is the economy that has certain features of both the capitalist economy and socialist economy. India has adopted mixed economy. Let us analyze some of the features of a mixed economy. Existence of both private and public sectors. Economy works on the principle of planning. Importance to welfare activities. existence of both freedom of private ownership of wealth and economic control. Pure form of capitalist or socialist economies cannot be seen anywhere today. There is government intervention in capitalist economies like those in the United Kingdom and the United States of America. Private ownership of wealth and freedom of market have been permitted in socialist countries like China and Cuba. That is, we can say that certain changes are taking place in the economic policies of every nation. Changing economic policies. Currently, the private sector is encouraged in almost all countries in order to achieve economic growth. Governments are willing to take certain measures to welcome private entrepreneurs and to attract foreign investors. As a result of such economic policies, there has been a large scale transfer of capital, goods and services, and technical know how across the border. Various new products are made available in the market. For example, earlier only a few models of cars were available in the Indian market. But now the market is flooded with varieties of models from different companies. Identify other examples through discussion. Though India used to maintain a strong public sector and control foreign trade, of late the economic policies have undergone a change. Measures to attract foreign capital and to strengthen foreign trade have been taken. The measures, which started officially in 1991, resulted in liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Let us analyze each one of them. Liberalization. Liberalization implies the relaxation of government control and influence over the economic activities in a country. The process of liberalization was started in India in 1985. Mentioned below are the changes that were brought about as a result of liberalization. Relaxation of control in setting up industries, reduction of import tariff and tax, changes in foreign exchange rules, abolition of market control, permission of foreign investment in many sectors, reduce the role of government in the basic industries and basic infrastructure development. Apart from this, government intervention in some sectors has declined as a part of liberalization. This has resulted in an increased significance of the private sector. Privatization. In India, many public sector enterprises have been privatized since 1991. Maruti Udyog Limited, Modern Food Industries Limited, etc. are examples of enterprises that have been privatized. The shares of many public sector enterprises were sold off. In India, privatization of public sector enterprises and trading of their shares are handled by the Department of Disinvestments under the Ministry of Finance. The private sector has been given access to several areas which were earlier under the control of the government. The presence of the private sector can be actively felt in roads, electricity, communication, basic industries, etc. The working of private sector can be seen through methods like BOT and PPP. Privatization strengthened as a result of many new sectors being brought up into the market. Foreign currency crisis. Every country has a reserve of foreign currency. Foreign currencies such as American dollars, euro, and pound required for international trade are maintained as reserved fund. Generally, foreign currency reserves sufficient to carry out the trade for about 10 to 12 weeks are maintained by every country. However, in 1991, India's foreign currency reserve was sufficient only for 2 weeks. The government of India tried to overcome this crisis by attracting foreign capital, accepting foreign loan, and strengthening foreign trade. BOT, Build, Operate and Transfer. The private sector initiates the construction of infrastructure such as roads, bridges, etc., and then reclaims the investment through tolls, which are later transferred to the government. PPP, Public Private Partnership. Certain undertakings are initiated under the partnership of both private and public sectors. The profit is shared proportion to the amount invested. Example, Cochin International Airport Limited, CIAL. Have you seen the toll being collected from vehicles traveling along the main roads? Who collects them and why? Globalization. As a part of liberalization, the measures to remove the controls on foreign capital investment attracted foreign entrepreneurs. As a result of this, the influx of capital increased worldwide. Free trade agreement on reduction of import tariff and taxes among nations made imports and exports easy. Globally, there has been an increase in the free flow of labor and transfer of technology. Subsequently, all the goods and services of all countries have become available in all markets. It has to a situation where world has become a single market. Market-friendly economic policies led to better relations among countries. Thus, globalization is the economic integration and interdependence of nations as a result of free flow of capital, labor, goods and services, and exchange of technology irrespective of boundaries. Towards the end of the 20th century, developments in computer, mobile phones, internet, etc. helped in improved communication. Container ships, flights, bullet trains, etc. contributed to the fast means of transportation. These changes helped globalization. Foreign capital investment. It is the investment of the capital of one country in another country's land, company, share, bond, bank deposits, etc. The continuation of this lesson shall proceed in the next video. Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel.